So with the super huge update and balances that came a few days ago, lot of things have changed, including but not limited to strategies, rotation, and the most important, the heroes that get banned and picked. You might be in dismay wondering which heroes you should prioritize picking or banning right now, but worry not. Hi guys, Kazuki here, and today we will present you the 5 best heroes in each role which you should try to get in your team or ban them ahead. Let's start with the mid lane itself. Even after the nerfs, she is still a top tier candidate for picks or ban. She has the damage and sustain, and most importantly the ability to turn the game in her favor thanks to her special cheat ability to steal enemies' ultimate. Stealing the right like that of Estes or Johnson and using your magic power to greatly enhance them can turn the tables in any team fight. She is a must ban or pick hero. Her crowd controlling skills are still unrivaled. Her slows can be huge nuisance if not properly taken care of. Eve excels not in exterminating enemies. She can exterminate them if she wishes, but she excels at debuffing her enemies to ensure her allies can make short work of them. Her power is to make her team shine more. She is a very worthy pick for the mid lane, especially in team plays. Lilia, an underrated yet very powerful mage in this category. She has the continuous damage and poke or harass ability to constantly annoy her opponents while slowing, chipping them down to their death. Thanks to the movement speed from her skill 2, she can be very hard to catch and she can reposition quickly. And if you manage to catch her, her ultimate can just rewind the time, thus failing all of your previous attempts on her. She is a good pick for the mid lane. Ever since his last buff, he has been soaring high in the picks rate and even doing consistently well in the pro plays. He has some very strong burst damage capabilities that can rake off enemies in just a single instance. His strength is bursting down the enemies before they even realize what they should do next. He and Vale are both similar in this aspect and a worthy pick or ban option. We cannot leave out our new hero now, can we? Even though he has been recently added, people are already spamming him, not because he is new, but because he is too strong. His range is his strongest weapon. He can take out enemies from long ranges while not getting into any potential danger himself. Even in team fights, his skill can be of great use, especially his skill 2 and skill 1 combo to immobilize a bunch of enemies. When in Transcendence state, it can be cast on large area, becoming very powerful in team fights. He is surely a good pick. Experience lane. Ever since his release, he has been a nuisance. He has some great qualities of isolating targets and taking them down one at a time. Being able to dominate the experience lane and even take on the role of a jungler when needed is his strength, which makes him a top pick and even a ban-worthy candidate. Be sure to have the skill to run away, because once you get sucked into his domain, only death awaits. Yuzong is a monstrous pick for the experience lane, blazed with multiple crowd control, and the passive to heal him makes him a huge threat. In a team fight, if you let him stay on the field, he will heal up more than what you damage him. He has a very high damage as well, which makes him a threat like no other. He is a solid pick for the experience lane, even for solo queue players. Even he has been nerfed numerous times, he still is threatening. He can be roamer, but his potential is best used at the experience lane, where he can level up fast, makes item, and starts sticking too close to enemies to wither them down. He has a great healing and damaging potential, which helps him to be a top pick for the experience lane. Another great candidate for the experience lane is Paquito. He has always been a great option for this lane and he maintains his position. Thanks to his spammable skills, no mana cost and high innate damage. He has always been a favorite even with all the buff nerfs and other changes in the past. He still holds his ground as one of the best experienced laner. Though she is still used in the lower elos, in the high elo, she is must pick in many cases. She has a great sustain and damaging abilities that help her hold the experience lane, even help gank other lanes. Having her in the team forces enemy to reconstruct their build order and put anti-lifesteal items ahead. Else Esmeralda can easily bust them down while gaining massive shields. He isn't banned in most games without a reason. His healing capabilities are a little too strong, especially now with the new item changes. Tankier heroes are taking the spotlight, so someone who could heal them is not going to stay behind either. The heals of Estes are quite painful, especially for the enemy team who tried everything only to have Estes heal it all back. Make sure to ban or pick him. With the recent changes, he is going to be more popular than ever. Not just a car driving or slamming into people, but a maid car driving and slamming into people like a mountain. He can now build a few magic items to greatly increase his damage capabilities while not sacrificing too much of his sustain. So the squisher heroes that were having a hard time now will have a harder time. As an initiator and crowd control expert, he ranks high for the best roamers. Khufra can set up his team for the victory. That is his most powerful ability. His skill 1 to close gaps, ultimate to slam enemies down, and skill 2 to prevent anyone dashing out are just the required combos for a team fight to succeed. All it needs is damage to follow along and Khufra can lead you to victory. Matilda assists not by damage or by tanking, but by carrying you in and out fights with ease. She is a roamer like none other. Her abilities can help you gain an upper hand on the enemies. Her shields and dashes are very useful in any team fight. She is a good roaming option. Natalia, what's more deadly than an assassin that can wipe you out in seconds? A roaming assassin that can wipe you out and appear anywhere at any time. Roam Natalia is very underrated, but with the dire hit, you have one more ability to deal a huge amount of burst damage to your target, which can greatly help in one shooting them down. Natalia is a force to reckon with. Jungler or Hyper. Always, even with the recent nerfs, it's too good to be brought down, especially towards the later half of the game. His hammer can hit hard and fast, which might even give you a concussion on what was happening around you. His strength to pummel down objective and enemy heroes apart is unrivaled. If you don't carry a hard CC, you might just accept your fate and get wiped out. Lancelot has been gaining a lot of popularity as of late, but it's not just a hunch. He has the skills to back it up. Thanks to his dashes, Lancelot can easily run in and out of battles while decimating down opponents with too much ease. As a jungler, he has been gaining popularity with the jungling talent, which helps him crush down objectives quickly before the enemies can even react. The queen maybe have been dethroned in the past, but that does not determine she will always stay dethroned. She she has been rising very strong in the meta and is one of the top picks in the low to high elo. While she still hasn't made her way into much of the pros play, we can expect her to be there rocking the map soon. For solo queue players, if you are good with Fanny, she might be a good pick. Thanks to the ease of playing him, a lot of people play him and he is unexpectedly very good at it. He is very versatile with lots of skill in arsenal to unleash upon his enemies. He can boost his abilities and damage given the situation he is at. Playing the role of jungler is best suited for him as it allows him to use his mobility and damage at full potential and not to be confined to a single lane for a long time. Karina is a solid pick for jungler as well. Even though the developers claim to have nerfed her tanky assassin build, she still rocks it with little to no problem. She can easily mail down squishy heroes while giving a hard time to the tanky ones to be around her. Thanks to her passive, objective clearing is a breach as well. Overall, she is a great pick for this role. Gold lane. Ever since her release, she has been a top candidate for pick or ban for the gold lane. Her damage may be less in the early game, but once she makes an item or two, she starts unleashing her fury. She can burst down a bunch of enemies at once thanks to her skill to models. She links and hits everyone at once. If you have an ally to group enemies for you, she can be even more deadly. She is indeed a top pick for the gold lane. Let's not forget the all-time banned marksman before Melissa. And the recent changes came through with 4 weapons and 4 styles to rake her enemies down. Beatrix remained one of the best picks for the gold lane. Be it close range or long range, continuous or AoE burst, she has it all covered with her weapons of mass destruction. She is one of the best choices for the gold lane. While they do not look that intimidating, they are a force to reckon with. Their damage and sustain are very versatile and useful in any given situation. Popol and Koopa can even build defensive items and play as a support and still manage to rake enemies down with ease. They as a pair are a great choice for the gold lane. If burst damaging marksman had a name, he would be Brody. All his hits hard, very hard. Brody is an excellent marksman capable of doing nothing but bursting down anyone that dares to stand in front of him. The more he hits the target, the harder his next hit be. And if they manage to escape, his ultimate can chase them down and deal significantly huge damage based on how much of a beating they took from Brody. Overall, a great choice for the gold lane. Let's not forget Mr. Perfect. Clint is one of the best choices for this lane. With such high damage output, he is a threat like no other. He has AoE damage, so if you clump up together, his passive gonna melt you all down at once. With Thunderbelt and Endless Battle as his core items, he can spam true damage upon you. So any armor you build while hoping to resist him is useless. Clint is a great pick for the gold lane. And with that, we will wrap out the list of the 5 best heroes of each lane. I'm sure many more heroes are great, but these were who I believe were the top candidate amongst them. Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you for watching. Keep supporting Kazuki Official.